Good morning, students, teachers, and all staff of Furry Elementary. Can I please have your attention for the announcements? Well, the beginning of every above-the-line response starts by first pressing pause. And if you can remember, pressing pause allows us to look at two things before we choose to respond. We look at the event that we have, and then we can look at this O, the outcome we want to achieve. And once we understand our E and our O, then we're ready to start figuring out the above the line response we need to give to earn an above the line outcome. And like we talked about yesterday, we don't get to control this right here, the E. We don't control the events we have. And even though we don't control them, we still have control, complete control, over how we choose to respond to those events. Now, sometimes we don't even realize that we're going to need to press pause until we, get a strong emotion, we feel a strong emotion. Let's say that an event, an E, made us frustrated and upset. Now, once we feel those emotions, then we may know that, it's time to press pause because I'm feeling frustrated or feel upset. And that is very important to remember because we don't control these events that made us frustrated or upset, but we still control how we're going to respond to that event. So if I were to look at an E plus R equals O and decide that there is an event that happens, okay, here's an event. Let's say another student cuts in front of you in line. Now that's an event that takes place that you probably don't like, but you don't have any control over that event. It is something that happened. So we want to press pause and understand what the event is. And then we look over here at our outcome and we decide, what outcome do we want when somebody cuts in front of us? We want to keep the spot in line where we started. Now, if we don't press pause right there, maybe we get that strong emotion of being frustrated or angry, we may respond below the line and we may yell and scream because we're upset. Or we may put our hands on the students to move them, to get them out of the way after they cut in front of us. And we know those are below the line responses. And look, they could lead to these below the line outcomes. We could get moved to the end of the line. Well, that's not this above line outcome of keeping the spot where I started. Or if I have my hands on someone, we always know that someone could get hurt. Again, not the above the line outcome we were looking for. So even though we didn't control the event of another student cutting in front of us, we can still control our response. And we want to try and respond above the line. So when that happens, we could choose to then talk with the student and ask for your spot back, or even talk with a teacher to help solve that problem if it didn't work. And if we're responding above the line, better chances are we'll get that above the line outcome. Now, those two outcomes, the above the line and below line outcomes, were very different, but they were all about the same event we did not control in the first place. Remember this, you will always be responsible to respond to events you didn't even create. And below the line responses to difficult events are not going to change those events, and they're not going to give you control over them. So always keep that in mind after you press pause, and then choose to live the pirate way and be the best version of you to earn those above the line outcomes. And now will everyone please stand, face the flag, put your right hand over your heart, and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Pirate Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At Furry Elementary School, we work to build trust so we can count on each other. We own our responses and take responsibility for our actions. We work to connect as pirates and support one another. We learn the pirate way so we can be the best versions of ourselves. All right, thank you, everyone. Today is Tuesday, January 30th, 2024, and for lunch today will be waffles with syrup, sausage, sweetie tots, and juice. And if you're choosing a sandwich this week, it will be a sub with cheese or peanut butter and jelly. We have a couple birthdays to celebrate at Furry today. Happy birthday to Thea Schlett and Brody Fresh, who are both celebrating their birthdays along with the Furry team. We hope both you students have a wonderful day and enjoy getting a year older on this Tuesday. And some more academic congratulations recognized this morning. Congratulations to kindergarten students Brindley Williams, Sophia Walton, and Evelyn Greenham for all completing word list number 1 in their and Miss Du Bois' class. And congratulations to Hayes Spear for passing word list number 4 and Cullen Finley for passing word list number 7. And they're both in Mrs. Ottenbacher's class. Well done to those kindergarten students and to all of our students who are responding above the line by doing the work each day to earn their academic congratulations. And now we'll take that moment to just press pause and get our minds right. And sometimes we got to have that thought. We're always going to be responsible for how we respond, even for events we didn't create. So keep that in mind after you press pause sometimes for some of those difficult events you may come across. Let's go ahead and first start by breathing in for 4 and hold. Breathe out. All right. Very good, boys and girls. I do not have any other announcements for you this morning. So let's just keep doing the work to build trust, to own, and to connect. And let's make it a great day, Furry.